Happy New Year, everybody. I am very excited to be starting off 2023 with some pretty lofty goals, and one of them being to begin my yoga practice again, as well as working out again. Because I will say, I have been lacking in this area, which is really important to me, and I have noticed it. I've become pretty stiff, and that's why I've decided to add in yoga to a regular daily practice. And I'll talk more about all of these goals that I have in an upcoming video. But as we geared up for the new year, this is New Year's Eve morning, I just sat down, got up early, sat down and just did some really quiet, reflection and goal setting, and really deciding, where do I want this year to go? And I always find the new year is a really good opportunity to do that. So I just wrote down my thoughts, wrote down what I was wanting from 2023, where did I want the year to go, and really just focused on that. And I just took a quiet morning to allow myself to do that. And I've actually been working on lists since before Christmas. So I'm referencing those lists on my phone right now and just really putting it into a plan for the month of January. And of course, on that list is always to get the house cleaner. And here we are, January 1st. We've got sand everywhere. We've got, kinetic sand everywhere. We've got food. We've got gifts still out on the counter. We've got unfolded laundry. We've got Christmas decorations. We kind of have it all. We have art projects on the table. We have just enjoyed our winter break, and it's time to start getting things back in order. So this is January 1st, just starting with obviously the load of dishes, because that's where my days tend to start. So everything goes in there, okay? Come over here.
Let's do a cleanup dance.
A cleanup dance? I love it. Show me the cleanup dance. All right, so you didn't want... So I decided to utilize the first as a day just to tidy things up and do a little bit of catch up on dishes. But I saw a few superstitions about dusting and doing laundry, things like that on the first, that it's actually bad luck. And I'm not actually superstitious, but it just seemed like a good reason to take the day to really enjoy the last few days of our winter break. So I superstitiously didn't do laundry, and I didn't take down Christmas like I normally would on the first, because then I would have wanted to dust. So I just tidied and did the dishes. And I am really happy I did that, because we really enjoyed the last few days of our winter break. And with that, I was determined to get the dishes done. So I started a load, and then because some of these dishes sat in there overnight, I decided to just make sure I got some hard stuff scrubbed off. One of you had once commented that I shouldn't be brushing off all the dishes, which is a normal practice that I've done for years, because the dishwasher would take care of it. So I put the theory to the test this year, and you were right. The dishwasher does a great job getting that stuff off, but because those sat in the sink for over a day, I decided just to make sure I could brush off all the stuff that was on there, because I hate taking dishes out that have baked on things, because they went through the dry cycle of the dishwashing cycle. Anyway, I am shining up this sink because January 1st, everything's going to stay, this sink is going to be shiny every time I go to bed. I am ready for it. And that is just the first goal of many to start off 2023. So here it is, my shiny sink. Take it in. The other goal that I am working on is to reduce paper clutter. I have talked about it in many videos. My job actually brings in a lot of paperwork, and I tend to print out recipes. I tend to print things out quite a bit, like checklists, and my goal is to eliminate that. So for the first year ever, I am not using a written planner. I am using a digital planner. You guys, I have never, ever done this. So I'm giving it 3 months to see how I like it, because old habits are hard to break, but I'm giving a digital planner a real try so that I can eliminate having a notebook on the counter every single day. Now, January 2nd, I started off with coffee, as I do most mornings, and just kind of got myself set up and ready to start my day of taking down Christmas. Now, school didn't start until the 3rd, but on the 2nd, we did have swim lessons for my kiddo. So my husband said he would take him to swim lessons, and I stayed home and just focused on getting caught up. Now, I had to catch up on laundry because I didn't do it on the 1st. Again, I just followed the superstition for no real reason. But, it's supposed to bring, you're doing laundry on the 1st, they said it washes away your luck or washes away something. So I didn't do it. You'll have to look it up because I don't know exactly what it is. I just took it and ran with it. So I'm working on getting started with some paper clutter. So I worked on my desk, which is piled up since basically Christmas, just getting stuff done that I had to get done. And now it's going to be a catch-up week of getting everything filed away from 2022. I've ordered my new file bins for 2023. There is some paper clutter that I cannot avoid, and that is going to be my work paper clutter. So it's going to be figuring out a good way to manage it so that it just doesn't take over anymore. So I also caught up on some local news and went back and did some more laundry. Of course, I am not going to lie, you guys. This was, as I'm doing my voiceover, this was last night, and I still have yet to fold those 2 loads of laundry. So, it's I'm going to get there. I will get there. I did fold the tablecloths we used for Christmas, though. So, winning in some ways. Now it's time to get all of my empty bins for Christmas brought upstairs. I used this as an opportunity since things were out of the storage room to kind of do a little reorganizing, just make sure things were where they were supposed to be. And there was a huge pile of Halloween things that were not properly put away. So I took the chance to make sure they were put away so they were in containers and safely stored. Now, there are some things that are just extra down here that I have to figure out good homes for, and I am using the other side of my storage room to do that. But I guess there was just some things that just didn't get put away, and I used this as a chance to do that because I don't want this space to get out of control because it has in the past. So now it's carrying all my empty bins upstairs. Quite the workout. I tell you, if as I was recording this, I was laughing that I'm glad I do voiceovers or music over some of this because I was panting. I was so out of breath from going up and down the stairs. So now it's going for this tree. And I have to be honest, this Christmas tree this year, it's a pre-lit tree. I love the tree, but I got it put up and then 2 sections of lights burnt out. So I was like, not a big deal. So I ordered a few strands of lights, put them up. And then 2 days later, the other sections of the pre-lit tree went out. So now I had just 2 random strips of lights that I had put up. So my husband found more lights and then he strung them up. And then the last section of the pre-lit tree eventually went out. And this tree, I just couldn't win this year with the lighting on this tree. So I debated just throwing the tree away this year, but I actually got a great deal on Christmas lights, and I'm just going to string my own lights on it next year, but because it'll just be easier because I'll do it before I put on any of the ornaments. But that tree, it just gave me a headache this year. And now I'm just taking down all these decorations. I absolutely love my Christmas decorations, but I am usually very eager to take them down in regards to, I really like having pretty minimal things out. And Christmas, I go all out, and I enjoy it for the month and a half that it is out. But when it's done, it's time to go away so that I can just see everything. It's less cluttered. Everything is just, it's easier to work. It's easier to do everything. So I was pretty excited to take all of this stuff down. And then I love how I did notice I have my little micromanager down. She watched me take every strand down. And then this is a little Christmas village. My dad actually found this for me at a garage sale. So I put it on this so my son can play with it. And people are like, oh, he'll break it. And I was just like, he enjoys it. Let him play with it. So I'm totally okay with him. And if something gets broken, I'm really not too concerned. He knows it's, there for him to enjoy. And I tell you, just getting everything down, everything looks just so bright. It was so nice. Like I said, I love having these decorations up, but I do like getting my house back in order after Christmas as well. So now it's time to put everything back into the storage unit. Again, that leg workout was intense. Counted it as my workout. I did not even bother working in the gym at all, even though that is another one of my goals that I will be talking about. Like I know I talked about doing yoga every day, but I have a bit more in detail of how I plan on making sure I stick to my goals this year. So tell me below, do you set New Year's goals or resolutions for yourself in the new year? I have every single year, and I don't put a lot of pressure on myself. I kind of have those overall goals, and it's usually something I set more for, not necessarily the whole year, but for the first quarter. Kind of thinking, what can I do in the next 3 months that will make me happier, make me feel better, or what's something I can attain in 3 months. And that's kind of where I start, and I kind of have the big picture of the year in mind as well. But tell me below, what do you do for New Year's? Do you set new goals? Do you love taking down your Christmas decorations as well? Fill me in. Anyway, I wrapped up the day by just finishing up a few areas of the kitchen. I shined the sink once again for the second day in the row, and I just made sure kind of things were put away so when I woke up on the 3rd, everything would just kind of be in order. And we also had a really good family dinner, and I'm eager for the new year, and I really just want to say thank you guys for joining me on the 2023 journey. All right, I'll see you in a few days.